The Block Party, a Minecraft podcast, episode 130. We're your hosts, Bearded Sloth.
And Little C.
Get all our info at theblockpartymc.com.
Now let's get this block party started.
Yay!
Woo!
It is a party.
This is going to be an interesting show.
Yeah, full disclosure, and it comes later, but you had a certain kind of surgery, and you're on a certain type of medication.
I'm on some medication, so
So
I'm not fully here.
Right, so just be aware of that.
So listeners, I want to apologize now.
Yes. But it should be fun. We got plenty of comments this week. I'm excited for that.
A lot of changelogs this week. Mojang was working hard.
Yeah, they were. We've got a good show for you today. I'm really excited to get started, but I'm not going to waste too much time.
Although we did just get a really funny comment in our live show by Wire Guy. He said, "Are you ever really here?" That's true.
That is kind of true.
I think I'm here this week more than I usually am.
You might be.
That's kind of sad.
You might be more fun.
Because I just, I can't multitask, so I can't be thinking of other stuff, so I'm just thinking of the podcast.
I like that.
You
are somewhat more focused this way.
It also helped because I had a coffee energy drink thing before.
Ooh, nice.
So I'm awake, kind of.
Well, let's get to the comments from our listeners. First one comes from Ripley again. I've just been working on my house. Have you got any build tips? I kind of put out just on Discord, I kind of put out a question out there. Hey, what you been up to on Minecraft? That was his answer. I think this actually came in last week. Didn't make it to the deadline to get it on the show notes, though.
I really like that we sometimes just have comments that are just the listeners updating us on what they're doing in Minecraft. That's pretty fun. Because, like, we give you guys what we're doing in Minecraft, but we're boring. We've been playing the same since 2014. We don't change. But you guys play in all different types of ways, and it's fun to hear things that we don't do a lot.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I love to hear from the listeners and what they're doing. So keep those coming in. I love those comments the best, actually. Any build tips, though?
Add depth. If you're building like this, I'm just assuming you're building a house here, just a basic Minecraft house. Add some depth, maybe with like trapdoors and have your roof out. Honestly, watch YouTube videos of how to improve building. Just go and watch a few different types and don't be afraid to copy off of pictures or videos. Obviously, give credit. Don't copy something off r/Minecraft builds and then say, oh, look what I built. Obviously, give credit to it, but that's usually what I do for builds, is I kind of just look at something I like and rebuild it, maybe change it a little bit. Because, yeah, and then I've learned so many building tips off of just recreating stuff.
So one tip I did learn when I was trying to be a little better with building and not just a square house, basically, is, and it kind of goes into your depth, right? So let's say you're making a window, for instance. So you have your main block, maybe out of planks or something. And then you want your window, maybe 2 or 3 high. Put a stair in there so that you got a little bit of depth.
Oh, yeah,
and then put a pane on top of that. You just made 3 different layers.
That looks so cool with that.
Right.
Also, you can add like trapdoors as like shutters on the side of the windows.
And
that's
there's a 4th layer there. Exactly. So little things like that make a big difference. And so that's my tip for you.
And also, this is a general Minecraft tip, but a lot with building is if, let's say you're watching Hermitcraft or you're watching some YouTuber, get inspired by it. Don't compare to it. You can be inspired by it and be like, I like this YouTuber's thing. It's their full-time job to play Minecraft, so don't be mad at yourself for not being able to recreate what they just did.
Well, just look at us, right? I'm content with being as bad as I am at Minecraft, but it's not really bad. It's just my style. It's what I like to do.
Well, those drown deaths, I don't know. That is a skill issue.
By the way, somebody else on there just died from a drown the other day, and I had to laugh. Because it's somebody we know, too.
The drowns this season are crazy.
They are mean. I don't know what
we live next to a bunch of river biomes this season on Jericho, so there's a lot of drowns.
A lot of drowns. And that has been most of my deaths. And then I had one, it was definitely lag from the creeper explosion.
Yeah, blame the lag. That's fine. I have 2 deaths that are lag, so.
All right, now we have several comments, and they're all pertaining to this first comment. Go ahead, Little C.
This is from Advisory Labs, who started a whole event here on the comments. Vertical slabs shouldn't be added to Minecraft. Change my mind.
Okay. So do we want to go ahead and read some
I
of
think
these
we
other
should go
ones
ahead and
down?
read the other comments that are relating to the vertical slabs.
Okay, one of them that was there was Any Isle says vertical slabs should absolutely be added to Minecraft so we can stop abusing trapdoors. You won't change my mind.
And then we have another one from IRL Nickname. I think it feels less Minecrafty. Yes, that's a word. But also trial chambers and trail ruins and ancient cities exist. It's not going to make anybody mad, and lots of people will enjoy it. You won't change my mind about not caring?
Yeah, so this is definitely controversial. Obviously,
I d-
everybody has their opinion.
It is a really cool discussion. Mojang has said they're not adding these because their reason, Mojang's reason is interesting to me. It's they want players to find more creative ways to do what vertical slabs would do, which is where the abusing trapdoors or wall block and panes or stairs and stuff like that come into play.
Yeah, exactly. And just like what we were talking about, how you can make that depth. And there are ways to make it, but there's always ways to make stuff better. I mean, we use things as, for instance, now there's function to it, but the chiseled bookshelves, right? And you now use it aesthetically in a different
I
way.
really like the bookshelves. Just having a functional bookshelf is really cool to store stuff.
And I don't know if there'd be a lot of function with the vertical slabs if it was just be aesthetic. I would think there's some functional
I don't think
reasons too.
vertical slabs are what we should be fighting for. We need to be fighting for concrete stairs and slabs.
I'll totally go with that. I'll take the concrete stairs and slabs over
Although,
vertical
then
slabs any
again,
day.
that is another kind of giving too easy. Like, because we have to figure out if we want colored stairs, we have to use like the different woods, like for red, maybe mangrove or the nether wood stuff. And it does take a bit more effort to get what you're trying to do in your mind. And I think that is what Mojang and the fun of Minecraft is trying to figure out how to do something with what they provide. And that's kind of Mojang's, I think, side of it. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not completely against vertical slabs, but I'm on the side that if they don't add them, I'm totally okay with them, and I'm not going to push for them to add them.
So I have some experience with, I think it's Foxy No Tail actually came out with a pack that had vertical slabs. And I was trying it out for a server I was trying to help out. They wanted it on and it worked well. It looked good. The only thing I can say is the pathfinding for the other mobs was broken with
If
it.
they ever add it to the actual game, it would be fine. But yeah, there's a cool add-ons. I know on Java there's definitely vertical slabs mods too. So if you want to see what vertical slabs would look like in Minecraft, you can do it. That's what's cool about Minecraft. If you want a feature, someone's either made it or you could make it.
Right. But should it be in the vanilla game? I don't know. I'm okay with it if it is.
But I'm not. Yeah, I'm with you.
It's one of those weird concepts. I'm fine with or without it, I suppose.
Although I don't think if they added it, I don't think I'd use it because I'm just so ingrained with we're abusing spruce trap doors. That's just what I do.
Now, IRL Nick's comment, he says it feels less Minecrafty. I don't think it would.
Okay.
He says that about everything.
I think we all say that about anything. Anything new feels like a mod because it's new. But once it's in the game for a while, like Ancient Cities and Wardens, starting to feel like Minecraft to me. Update Aquatic didn't feel Minecrafty.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Was Update Aquatic
such a big thing. Oxalotls didn't feel Minecrafty.
They still don't.
Now
honestly.
It's one of the big front ends of Minecraft. It's their big like advertising.
Right. And you have to make sure you differentiate between is it Minecrafty or it's just new?
Yeah. And that's there are some things that I don't think are Minecrafty in Minecraft, but most of it is the initial newness. But there are some older features that I don't feel that are Minecrafty. Like, I'm trying to think. I think the certain corals, I like the coral blocks, but I think the fans and the smaller ones, those don't feel super Minecrafty to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I do use them now, but they just looking at them, it's kind of like these are cool, but they don't have that Minecrafty feel. And
Or
that's one of the only things I can think of.
the animations I'm thinking of underground or underwater with like kelp and the grass
Yeah.
and stuff moving, that seems less, quote, Minecrafty to me.
But honestly, all those things I still love.
Yeah, I like it and I'm used to it and it becomes Minecraft. So therefore it's Minecrafty.
Yeah, anything that's added to Minecraft becomes Minecrafty after a certain amount of time.
So it's a great discussion and we'll keep discussing it. And like you said, Little C, they've already said they're not adding it.
But
So
then
don't
again,
get
they
your
say
hopes
that a
up.
lot.
That is true.
Or
We'll
they
see if
say,
it
usually
comes
they
up.
say they're adding something and then they don't.
Well, that
Usually,
yeah.
they're pretty set in their minds on not adding things.
All right. That's a fun debate.
We do have another comment here.
And this actually came in a few weeks ago, I think. I don't think we've read this yet.
I think we were slacking with some stuff.
That's right. And it did come in email. Contact at theblockpartymc.com if you want to email us.
Fancy.
Came from Schoolminer123. I was just listening to your marketplace video and I remembered what happened just a few days ago. So my brother was playing on my Nintendo using a Mario texture pack, and when I logged on, I noticed some of the blocks weren't the vanilla textures. Why do you think my brother's texture pack was carried over to my world? Still confused. Schoolminer123.
So it sounds like there's some blocks that are the vanilla texture and some that aren't. I'm wondering if this is the texture pack these are left on, or if it's just the cache data, which you can clear by going into the settings and then...
That was my initial reaction when I read this, was it is the cache part of that in the memory. I've had that sometimes where you log out or log in.
Texture packs get goofy.
And sometimes you have the purple and black, which
Yep.
means it's missing and it can't get it. Sometimes just simply restarting your device helps all of that stuff. But like you said, there is a way to clear your cache in settings. So
It's
check that too
somewhere.
if you want.
I think it's under the storage tab in Minecraft Bedrock settings.
Now, I love the Mario texture packs and all the licensed stuff like that. It's fun. I remember having, what was it, Fallout or something, and the Star Wars packs.
Oh, back on
and
PlayStation, like 4 on Legacy Edition, there was like the Fallout map, the Skyrim map.
yeah.
The mashup packs are what they were called back on Legacy.
Yeah, they were fun. So I love doing stuff like that. I am kind of, going back, a vanilla kind of guy.
Me too.
I'm not using a
those.
texture pack anymore.
I use
Other
fun
than
texture packs,
some of the stuff we have on Jericho.
which are vanilla based.
Exactly.
Like anything we add for the server, like totems and stuff, it looks vanilla-y enough. It's not. Now I have a personal totem that's an Arizona sweet tea, and that's like 256 textured or something.
Right.
So
that's
that
definitely not Minecrafty.
something we're adding to the server though.
No.
And we try to keep Jericho very vanilla but fun.
And there for a while, I was always using Faithful as a texture pack, and I enjoyed it. I
like
liked
Faithful.
it. And it kept that feel, but I'm not even doing that
There's
now.
a texture pack I had, and I might go back to using it. I forget what it's called, but I had one that was off the marketplace that I really enjoyed. So I might go back and using it because honestly, just using a texture pack while doing mundane things can make them more fun. Like mining or just cutting wood. If you make it a texture pack, you're like, oh, this looks different. Now it's fun again.
Right. It makes it new again for you a little bit, and you get that feeling
It
back.
makes it less Minecrafty.
There you go. I appreciate all the comments this week. Keep them coming in, email, or on our Discord. Both are perfectly acceptable. Little C, what do you want to talk about in Minecraft?
I've been doing a lot of warden goofing. So I know last week I captured a warden and named him Bob. Bob's still doing good. Don't worry about that, everyone. But I have an underground tunnel system on Jericho where it goes from a few different locations on the server. And let's just say one of those is one of my friend's bases. And he lives right on like a little lake, kind of a river lake area. And I made a bubble column that shoots a warden up into his lake. And I waited for him to log on. I made a warden go up there and then like, hey, I left you something at your base.
That's terrifying.
It was very fun.
Yeah, and he's okay. Because,
Yeah, he was okay with it. I'm not going to be doing this to random people unless it's Bearded Sloth.
Yeah, please don't. I'm going to be so mad if I just log in and there's warden sounds. I was actually, today, I logged in at your base and I just hear the big footsteps and I was terrified from that.
Yeah, don't worry at my base. Unless you're on top of the greenhouse, he won't attack you.
Yeah, it's scary. You can get the darkness effect though.
without getting attacked.
Right.
And I'm thinking there's a few other players, G-Bow, maybe Wire Guy, that like to do some trolling. We're probably going to make an area near spawn where you can have a warden in the center, and then you can get close enough. We'll have it marked of where you can stand to just get darkness to experience that. And then we'll have the line, the caution tape. If you cross it, the warden will kill you.
I like that
So
idea.
then if you want to experience the darkness without being scared of it, I
it's
guess.
almost like a circus sideshow.
Yes.
That could be fun.
I
Charge a
kinda,
diamond for it.
yeah, I kind of want to make an amusement park with like a diamond to get in. There's roller coasters and like little mini game stuff and fun stuff like that.
I like that. I'm always terrified to get down on your guys' ice road because I don't know if there's going to be a warden coming down the road.
You don't have to be worried. I don't use the ice road, my underground private ice road. I don't use that at all. That's at level like 10. I only have the wardens down at negative 58. They're all down below. And Wire Guy here in our live chat said that would be funny to put in a warden in BS's base. And then he also said, I have a railway that goes above an ancient city and directly to spawn.
Hey now. No.
I also have a few tunnels that I can take. You can't put wardens in boats or minecarts. So to get them to follow you, I usually shoot some arrows next to them and then shoot him like twice with the arrows. So then he does like the really fast wobble walk and it's really funny. But having that looking in F5 behind you, so you know warden just chasing you really quickly, is terrifying.
Wardens in general are just terrifying.
But then once you have one in the sky at your base, it's like, that's funny. It's not scary anymore.
It's kind of nice to be able to look at it like with the spyglass or
Yes.
something and be able to study it a little bit safely.
And that's what I've learned. I've learned a lot about wardens doing all this warden trapping because I did a lot of creative testing. They can fit in small spaces. Like
Right.
it can be a 3 tall, 2 wide tunnel.
Okay.
And he'll go down it.
Okay, so their hitbox isn't super big, not
I
like
usually
they look.
I dig the tunnels out too wide just so it's easier to get them with an arrow to get them to chase you, but you don't need to.
Wow.
It's terrifying.
That's
And
crazy. Anything else you've been up to this week?
I've been working a bit more. I added a bit more to my mega castle base. I really just need to sit down and build it, but I've been doing all kinds of other things. And I made a diamond guessing game at spawn. I also made a casino little like thing where you can go put a diamond in and then maybe double it. Now on BS's live stream, you doubled it a lot.
Yeah, I got extra diamonds. I totally suggest and recommend going there. It's great.
And then also there's an event. This isn't a casino event. This is just a fun community event where there's a little glass bottle I built, and then inside of it's a bunch of diamond ore, and then players have to guess how many diamond ore there is in there, and then the winner gets all of them.
Yeah, once you use your fortune pickaxe.
Fortune 3 to mine the diamond ore.
Because you can kind of guesstimate how many are sitting there and be fairly close.
But then it'll be fortune 3.
But it's somewhat random on
random.
that to know. So I'll be curious. I did put my guess in there. I know it was over a stack.
For any of you Jericho players, make sure to go and guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And time
It's
is running out.
It is the 16th that it'll end.
There you go. So get on that if you're in Jericho SMP. Now, going back to the warden thing. So they do fit in a 1 wide gap?
A 1 wide gap. Yep.
Okay.
But I think it has to be 3. I always make it 3 tall. I'm not sure if they can fit 2 tall or not. I think they have a little trouble with pathfinding if it's 2 tall. They might be able to fit, but I don't think so. It's hard because on Bedrock, we don't have a hitbox. Way to see hitboxes like on Java.
Right. They definitely have a hitbox. I'd be curious to know what
there's not a visual hitbox to see.
Got it. Well, I've been trying to stay away from your wardens, little C. That's mostly what I've been up to. So I did the ticking portal gold farm that I think we talked about last week and stuff. Got that all working.
I've been using that a lot. I've been going over to his base.
So nice for XP. We're not even collecting the gold or the drops from it.
Everything's going into a trash can.
It's just for XP. You can get it so quick. But I've also been digging out all the chunks around it, and I'm going to separate like these farms out in chunks cube wise, top to bottom and left and right, 16 by 16 by 16 cubes. And I'm going to put each farm around it that I can AFK basically.
Oh, I've been digging out some chunks under my base too. No reason. I'm just digging big area.
I kind of want to make the whole sim distance. Possibly I might put stuff up on top because where you're AFKing for it comes out on the top. I was thinking maybe a cactus farm. I might even put an AFK fish farm in the same spot that you're AFK at the Trident Killer for the gold farm.
Just make all the trident killers make like a creeper farm and like a mob farm, and have all the trident killers in like this one little circle area that you can just stand there while AFK fishing. So
That
much
could be
XP
fun. That would be
and so
crazy.
much lag.
Yeah, the lag, you got to be careful when you're on a server like that. See who else is on. Don't AFK and keep it on for hours kind of thing. And we have been making sure we clean up. You don't leave items sitting there. Items sitting on the ground are probably the biggest
I was
lag
The
contributor.
other night, I was digging out one of the warden tunnels, and I didn't have room in my inventory. There was probably 2 double chests of deep slate just laying on the ground everywhere. And I'm like, is the server lagging for anyone else? And everyone's like, yeah, there's a huge amount of lag. And I'm like, okay, because it was lagging for me. I didn't think it would lag other players, but I went and picked up the items, fixed the lag. So if you're playing on a server, especially Jericho, pick up your items, please.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing to be aware of. Don't leave items on the floor.
I carry
Just
a
don't.
flint and steel around, so that way if I have a bunch of throwaway items, I just burn them.
What's kind of funny though, the fire itself can also cause lag, but it's better than having the items there.
But if you just put one and then drop it all.
Right. And the fire will go away unless it's something like netherrack where it stays burning. The other thing I've been working on, and I know I've been having trouble with these villagers. I've never had trouble breeding villagers ever in the past. Always super easy, super quick. So I've had these 2 villagers. They were nice and fresh, grew up from babies, didn't have anything in their inventory. Gave them carrots, tons of it, even made them farmers so they could farm their own carrots and give each other. Nothing was happening this whole time. And they're right at basically Y level 62 or 61. As soon as I put them in a raft, like 10 babies or 8 babies, because I had 10 beds total. So 8 babies just like popped out within 30 seconds.
That's weird. Maybe when they're walking around, they're like things aren't. That is a weird glitch. I didn't have an issue with.
I
breeding them.
remember when we're reading some of the changelogs, there's something weird about that Y62 level and how the game's operating and stuff. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. But anyways, I have 10 villagers. I'm considering actually going ahead and making an iron farm. I wasn't going to this season. I was just going to buy the iron I needed, but it is nice. And you need iron for basically everything. I think it's even in the recipe for the new crafters coming out soon.
I
You're
can't
just
wait
gonna need it for everything.
whenever they release the auto crafters.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be
crazy.
weird to
Yeah.
have auto crafters in default. That is something. Even once it's added, I think we're all gonna say that doesn't feel Minecrafty because it feels like a Feed the Beast or Techic or all those old OG mod packs that were like on 1.4.
Right.
It's gonna feel like those technical mod packs that.
Yeah, and we'll get used to it. I've been watching. I know Hermitcraft had started their new
Season 10. Do they have the auto crafters?
They do have the auto
I know they had
crafters.
the tough blocks, which I'm so looking forward to having tough blocks.
Yeah, they went ahead and put on experimental and all that, and
They don't
they're
have
really enjoying some of the.
They don't have
farms.
the trial chambers yet because they're like, we don't want to do that because that's a generation thing and that'll be weird.
Right, but yes, they are playing with them, and it's been fun to see, and they're masters at it, of course.
This is their day job.
Exactly. So it's been fun to see how they're utilizing that. I did finally get my picks all figured out. I actually finished them up today, but the other day I had efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, one with fortune 3, and the other with silk touch. So I'm all set there. I did go ahead and buy some mending books from you, Little C. Thank you for that.
The store was out.
Yeah, the store's
Shopping
out.
District.
Make sure if you're on Jericho, part of the fun is keeping your store stocked.
Cough, cough, dragon shoes, cough, cough.
Just saying. I because I've checked that store several times, and actually both Fortune and Silk Touch, or mending, I mean, is what I'm looking for.
But yes,
That's the
I
main
might
thing.
need to buy some villagers from you because I have my iron farm with the 20 villagers in trading, but I need more books because I don't have all the book guys because I made a bunch of other guys there.
Okay.
So I might need to buy some villagers. I'll keep them away from my iron farm, and I'll just have a separate trading hall.
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. Or if you want to help me set up something, we can do it over at my base by the gold farm or something, because you're using my gold farm all the time.
Yeah, I'm using it more than you do.
So maybe we'll just put them down there. I think they'll be far enough. We'll move the other ones. Do you know where that mountain is that I've been working on? I've talked about it a little bit. It's kind of a hollowed out mountain and stuff. Maybe we'll move the villager breeder over there, and then I'll put the iron farm over there.
I was thinking I could just dig a tunnel to your base, and then I can just take the villagers to my
We
base
can do
and put
that
them
too. I'm pretty good
in
at
my basement.
transporting them lately, so
Especially if you make rails.
I do it in boats. Boats and leads on Bedrock. It's a great thing. And all the enchantments, other than mending, of course, I got both those pickaxes all from my enchantment table.
I'm amazed new Minecraft players never use enchantment tables.
Ever.
Or even players that are OG but play in the modern style, I guess you could say, the modern play
They're
style.
always getting their stuff from villagers.
And I got a lot from villagers, but I still used enchantment table a ton this season. Even though I bought diamond armor from villagers, I still had enough diamonds to craft it. I'm not even using diamond armor. But like I don't get it. I get late game buying all your books from villagers, like so then I can make infinite pickaxes or whatever. But for your first set of gear and stuff, use a dang enchantment table, people. Grind a little bit.
Yeah, I like the grind. Now, granted, it doesn't take me any time to get XP now with the gold farm.
But
still, I started doing this
Yes.
before I had the gold farm, by the way.
I made all of my enchants and stuff before having an auto XP farm. I just traded with villagers a ton.
Now, I am going to have to get the rest of my gear. I don't have anything on my armor or anything like that yet, or axe or shovel or any of that. So I'll be working on that probably this week a little bit. Some of the other farms that I kind of want to do, definitely want to get an auto sheep shearer going. I'd love to do some more pixel art, maybe design some of these big chunks we're getting out and doing 16 by 16 walls in there. I think that would be cool, and do some kind of pixel art there. And like I said, the AFK fish farm for sure. The concrete maker. So you wanted one. You and I think it was Advisory.
Labs. We were trying to build a concrete maker, and I followed a YouTube tutorial for Bedrock Edition. And I think it would have worked well for single player, but because the way it was using like an observer, or like the way it was doing it with like the server ticks being weird sometimes with lag and such, and that's just any server ever, it wasn't working well. But BS used his design. He came over and fixed it for us. And he used a design that's a bit better for like less observers, so it's less lag. It's more lag friendly, I guess.
Yeah, there's
and
not
it works
a single observer.
Way better now.
Right. It works great. No observers needed.
So thank you for that, BS.
Yep. You can do that before you even... Yeah, you can do that before you go to the nether.
So that's pretty cool.
So I am going to start doing tutorials again, I think, and get those on YouTube. And so look for that. Now, I don't work fast. We take time to make new content and stuff. So it might take us a while to get that figured out, and we're working on things behind the scenes for that. All right, big news that we've did today. It was the wither fight.
Dun, dun, dun. No, I can do the sound effects. Oh,
I like this one better.
That was scary.
Exactly. Yes, we did fight the wither in Jericho SMP today. How many people did we have today?
I think there were 5 people there.
Yeah, it was
not a
fun.
lot.
I think most people were scared.
Yeah, let's be honest. The wither on Bedrock Edition, it's scary.
It is scary.
You get the wither effect, you're going to die.
Unless you have milk.
Yep. Or even if you get a totem, you'll pop the totem.
Yeah, I did pop one totem, but I did survive all the fights.
I did not pop a single totem. Lots of milk.
Okay.
Lots of milk.
I made it until the mishap that we had. I made it all the way through the regular fights and everything. And I did get some good hits on them with my sword. I forgot to take a bow, so I was doing this without any bow at all, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. You can't use a bow once you get the wither to half health.
Right, and he starts getting closer at that point. Anyways, but it was fun. And how many did we fight correctly?
I think we fought 3 withers and then 1 mishap with the wither auto-killing bedrock on the bottom of the world thing.
Yeah, there's a way to cheat it, kind of using the bedrock at the very bottom. It basically, there's a wall of bedrock.
And this is only generated in certain locations.
So we wanted to see if we could do it. Did the first one successfully, worked fine, got the wither star, all good. The second one, however, And the player that was in charge of this, he's like, "Oh, I'll check it 2, 3, 4 times. Want to
And he
make sure it's
did. He
right."
checked it like 4 times. He's like, okay,
And
I
he
think this
places
is
it
right.
down, and then it just totally gets out.
And it was destroying our bubble column that we had up to the surface. So we were all stuck down there fighting this. And then it ran into lava
And then we
and
were
all kinds
afraid
of
it was
stuff.
going to transfer to the nether because the portal's right there.
Yeah, it was chaos.
It was terrifying.
It was a lot of fun though, that
And
one.
It was fun, and I'm kind of glad we had that happen because that made it a real fight.
That made it feel like it was a true threat. Like the other one, you die, oh well, someone's gonna pick up your stuff, you're back going battling. That one, that almost got into the nether overworld, like that would have been insane.
We have to save Jericho.
Yeah.
We felt like heroes.
And really, we caused the problem.
Yeah, and we ended up, so we did that, and then we fought another one, but I was ready on the server side
Just
at this
in
point,
case he
just
escaped.
in case it got out with a command to automatically kill it, basically. And so we let it get down, and it was almost dead by nerfing it anyways. And it works. The command, I did figure it out.
He tested the command. Now, with this isn't admin abuse. We were already cheesing the wither in the bedrock. It was going to die anyways. He just wanted to make sure the command worked in case a wither got out on Jericho, like near shops or something.
And it's kind of one of these ethical questions, right? Is it okay to do this in a server, killing the wither that way or not? I have to say yes, because it's so destructive. And if you don't allow any kind of cheese like this,
then people are going to have withers flying all around.
Right. And people want beacons.
Yes.
You got to have beacons.
Lots of them.
Now, I will suggest we're going to be charging
a lot of diamonds for beacons to be sold. But I think everything this season, people are understanding that having expensive things in shopping district leads for a better economy long term. Because diamonds are so easy to get and they're valuable, it keeps the value of diamonds, having stuff expensive.
Yeah, I can't believe how easy it is to get diamonds. That's one thing. I spent maybe a half an hour mining the other night. Once I got my efficiency 5, of course, and my fortune. But I ended up with 71 diamonds in like a half an hour.
Yeah, it's insanely easy. Just go mining. Have some patience.
Exactly. All right, little C. Let's get into real life stuff. I've been enjoying the nicer weather. It's been pretty nice out. It
doesn't feel like winter still.
No, it's definitely doesn't feel like February.
We had like 2 weeks of winter, and then it's back to like this weird spring, fall, winter mix.
And it makes trucking easier for me, so I like that. We ended up getting on our car. We've talked about our car a few times that we've purchased for the household. And it's an older car. It's, 14 years old or something. So the headlight lenses were very dim and cloudy, and
they were also like a warm light, the like yellowish light.
Yeah, they weren't adjusted right. It's just not good. So we ended up buying new assemblies, had those put in, and we put in nice fancy silver star bulbs in there. Now Holy Bookworm can see at night, and she can go driving everywhere she wants. She has tough time seeing anyway.
Especially at night with like glasses.
Yeah.
I'm lucky with my glasses. They have like a blue light filter built into them, like a slight one, but they also have like anti-reflective. Is it? I get different answers. So some people, when they look at like a light bulb, they see things shooting out of the light bulb, like light rays. With my glasses, I don't see those. Without my glasses, I do.
Yeah,
some people see them, some people don't. But my glasses make it so I don't see them. So driving at night, like when a car is coming the other direction, it makes it a lot easier.
That would be nice. I know they make driving glasses for people that don't need glasses, and I've always thought about using them. I never have, but yeah, I definitely see the little whatever that's called shooting out of light bulbs.
Light rays, I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. It's that ray tracing in real life.
It's the ray tracing graphics. Who turned on the RTX?
So I finally got to try out American Truck Sim.
With your new RAM?
With my new RAM. I have 64 gigs of RAM in my laptop now, and it ran perfectly.
So now your GPUs, though, is capping out, right?
It's not capping out. It's only running about 50 to 60%, so not too bad. It did cap out when I first opened it.
Mine does cap out on Trucking Sim. I'm running 90, but I'm running every graphics to the top with like mods that improve graphics. Like I am struggling the game anyways.
Yeah, mine seemed to do okay, but at the same time, so I was all ready. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get back into Trucking Sim for a while.
Minecraft
keeps calling. It just keeps calling me back, pulls me back in. takes the fishing rod and just yanks me back. That's pretty much all my week in real life. I'm not that interesting of a person.
We really aren't. And this week, the only interesting thing for me is I got my wisdom teeth removed on Thursday. Only 3 of them. A lot of people have to get all 4. I only had to get 3 of my wisdom teeth removed.
Apparently, that runs in your mom's family. So,
Because I think, and none of them were like impacted or anything, so it was super easy, routine, like surgery. And like, yeah, because none of them really needed to be removed at this moment. They're just doing it because they were kind of angled. They would have caused a problem later on. And that's been fun. The day of the surgery, it hurt really bad. But then the next day, Friday, I woke up, it didn't hurt at all. And today I've had a little bit of pain, a bit more than yesterday on Saturday. And it's been okay.
yeah, and that
It
is
just
why you're a
sucks.
little groggy today.
It just sucks that I can't have any like chips and salsa or candy. I have to just eat ice cream. Oh no. But just having to eat all soft food. I
yeah,
pretty much have to eat food that I can eat with the spoon. Because one, just chewing is hard. Like I had a donut for breakfast. That actually took me a while to eat. Because I can't open my mouth very big.
right, because it
Because it
hurts.
hurts.
Right.
But I found that I can talk pretty normally. I don't open my mouth wide when I talk. Like, so that's hasn't been too bad.
Yeah, and I've been talking to you through Discord. You've been playing other games and doing stuff like that. You've been playing Civilization.
I've been playing Civilization with a few in real life friends. That's been fun.
And I was just having a conversation with you, and you sounded fine, even yesterday on Friday. So.
Yeah, I sounded normal. And it's because I don't like talk. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it.
All right, that's our past week.
The past week in Minecraft, on from Minecraft.net, they've been working a lot. So here's a lot of changelogs.
They have, and this is the big one. It is going to be long. I got the actual changelogs, not the summary. I'll still try to summarize it a bit as we go, but it is Minecraft Bedrock 1.20.60. It's an actual release, so make sure you update your devices. Go do that now.
Well, if you play on a server.
Well, update them anyways.
Well, wait and see if there's something in there that you don't want.
Oh, there's tons of fixes in this one.
Yeah, but there's some of the fixes are things people might not want.
That is true. It did come out Tuesday, February 6th, 2024. Now, there is a note here, by the way, for Nintendo Switch, and I did notice for the dedicated server, the version is actually 1.20.61, but the other platforms are 1.20.60. So just be aware of that. If you are trying to update your server and you can't figure it out and you need to know the exact server numbers, I did figure out for that it's 1.20.61.01. So hopefully that helps somebody. I know I didn't know it at first. I had to help some other server owners out with that. So that's a good piece of info. I wish they put that in the changelogs, and they don't. That little extra bit of numbers that you need.
It's weird that they changed that server side stuff. Like they have a different update for servers than they do for the game. In Bedrock especially is really confusing with updates.
Yeah, usually they don't have that. I don't know. They haven't had that in a while, actually. But for whatever reason, it is separate. They did put some vanilla parity into this one. Nether gold ore can now drop more, basically 6 gold nuggets. Before it was 5. And that's with enchanted tools, of course. And then there's more basically for that, for lapis lazuli, or campfires kind of got a nerf a little bit. They drop 2 charcoal instead of 4 when destroyed by the player. So you can't basically duplicate charcoal by using sticks up. Music disc name text now has the same color as enchanted items.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I know on Java, all the like special items as different levels of rarity items are like different colored. Like the dragon egg's like purple or something, and like enchanted golden apples.
Okay, so yeah, they're trying to bring the parity. I like that. This is a big one, this next one. Trail ruins will now be placed in the same location and configuration as Java Edition. So if you have been playing Bedrock Edition and find trail ruins, you find the top half and you're like, oh, this is it? That wasn't worth it.
I had this happen to me. I totally forgot about this bug. So now I need to go back to where I found a trail ruin and dig down because I want to get the relic music disc.
Yeah. So before this fix, it was, I want to say almost 20 blocks below. You'd
So I'll have to
dig
keep digging down because I
to
dig
get the
down a
rest
little
of it.
bit And I didn't see it, but I only dig down 4 or 5 blocks.
But now this is only going to work on newly generated chunks, by the way. So if you find brand new ones, then they should all be together now on Bedrock. So that's awesome news. I'm so happy about that one. Now, the experimental feature stuff, I don't know how much of this you want to go into. There is some cool stuff. Of course, you got to have the toggles on for it. They added some of the features here. And this, so the big difference here is this isn't beta and preview to get to this stuff. This is all in the actual game. Now,
Which
under
is
experimental.
great that
Right.
there's a toggle for it because it allows console players and like mobile players that can't get to the beta on computer.
Yeah, exactly. So it's Breeze, Armadillo, plus the scoots they drop, Trial Chambers, and the spawner and key, Wolf armor, and all that kind of stuff, basically. All right, now we have fixes and changes, performance, and stability.
Yeah, of course.
Fixed a variety of crashes that could occur during gameplay.
No way.
I'm so glad.
I don't
they're
believe it.
Very specific on that change.
So specific. I've never heard that before.
Fixed a rare crash that could occur with the 7 Seas achievement. Fixed a crash that could occur when players placed or destroyed any block and then selected save and quit with ray tracing enabled.
There are some random things in this game.
Absolutely. Fixed a crash that could occur in the play menu whilst looking at realms. Fixed a bug that could cause infinite loading while joining a realm, which is funny because we're having more of an issue when we're transferring dimensions now after this release. And we thought we had it fixed, but it seemed to come back.
Going into like nether portals, on some portals, it takes forever. It took like 5 minutes to get into the nether on one portal.
Yeah,
It's really weird.
it is odd.
But if you do have it seem like it taking a while, just give it time. Let it sit there, and it will eventually.
Don't give up. The problem, though, is sometimes when it takes a long time, the player might be transferred in, and you might be dying from something and you don't know it.
Yeah, it's scary.
All right, some general fixes and changes added more informative error messaging in case world exports fail due to external OS issues. Improved delay between 100% loaded and when the main menu appears on console platforms.
Oh, that's good, because that happened on PlayStation a lot.
Yeah, so I'll be curious on that if it helped. I haven't been on PlayStation since this update. Have you seen it yet? I know Holy Bookworm plays on PlayStation 4.
I never play on PlayStation.
Oh, this is kind of cool. They fixed the You Need a Mint achievement can now only be unlocked by collecting Dragon's Breath. There was something else you could do, and it totally just gave it to you, and it had nothing to do with it.
So I kind of miss having to get achievements, because I have my Bedrock Edition completely 100% every achievement, and it's like, oh, that's it? Then it's cool to have the 100%, but
occasionally I'll still grab something because I haven't done the 100% on my Windows 10, not the new stuff yet. I haven't gone through and got some of the newer achievements. So
I really enjoy achievement hunting, so I'm always excited when they add new ones.
Yeah, it is nice. All right, some of the fixes and changes for gameplay fix certain cases that cause players to take unexpected fall damage when performing interactions at specific heights like 62. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. That height of 62 is just weird. Reintroduced a fix for players sometimes taking unexpected fall damage while building blocks while standing on them. Fix some cases where players could take unexpected fall damage near ledges that they were visibly not falling off of.
This is good because this has been happening. This happened a lot early on Jericho this season.
Yeah, it was definitely happening. I
wonder-
think this is the bug that fixed my pier. If you've watched my live streams, I have a pier. It's made out of trapdoors. And when I was fishing or running or jumping on it, it basically would act like it's falling in the water. You'd hear the noise animation. I watched you on my pier. It looked like you were going down in the water and coming back up.
And you take damage.
Yeah. Well, you didn't take damage from that.
You did?
In the water, you didn't because
yeah.
there's no fall damage
I
in the water.
wonder if this fixes too, like when you're pillaring up with blocks on Bedrock, you like glitch to the side of it, which is annoying when you're doing the concrete thing if you're pillaring up into the sky.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't done that, but I do know after this update, my pier is fixed. They also fixed the issue that prevented the inventory from being navigated when using only a keyboard on mobile. Fixed the issue prevented stack splitting from being used when using a keyboard in touch mode. Fixed an issue that could inflict unexpected fall damage in certain cases when building blocks while moving. So I think that's basically when you're running and placing the blocks in a line, something like that. So that should be fixed. Basically, all this weird fall damage glitches, they're
which
working
is
on
one
that.
of the biggest things on Bedrock. So I'm glad they're actually fixing that. That's one of the biggest bug things we have.
Absolutely. Players no longer fall through the block they stand on when switching to spectator mode and back. Players are no longer slowed down if they touch the ground while flying in creative mode. That's kind of nice because I use creative mode sometimes to look at stuff or look at the world or see what things are going on or testing stuff. And when you are flying and you touch the ground or something, it always slowed you down. It was annoying. If the game is closed while changing dimensions, players will no longer be placed in unexpected positions when re entering the world. Some of the changes here for mobs, horses, donkeys, and mules now take fall damage when controlled by a player, except for worlds targeting base game versions before 1.20.60.
That's random.
Well, this is a big deal because I know before you could ride a horse, you could totally jump off a cliff and you didn't really get damage.
Hmm.
And now totally you can kill your horse, you can kill the player. It's not good.
Oh yeah, I guess it would. The horse would take the damage for you. I think it should. I think if you jump off like the side of a cliff riding a horse and you hit the ground, the horse should die, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly how it worked before, but I know this is kind of a nerf.
But I
You
don't
can't.
think it changes it for boats, so that's good. Because we always use boats to go off the side of mountains and not take fall damage.
I've been using scaffolding. I put one
Oh, yeah,
piece of
scaffolding's
scaffolding
awesome.
down and I just jump on it. It's
You have
fine.
to crouch, but
No, I don't crouch.
really, because I take fall damage a lot on scaffolding if I
If
jump
I'm
off.
crouching, I take the full damage.
Oh yeah, I thought you had to crouch right as you hit it so you fall into it.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but I do know I've been using that. Fixed an issue that made boats clip through blocks when placed.
No, they didn't.
They didn't fix this.
No, maybe not when placed. Sometimes when I get out of them, though, they're everywhere in the walls on Jericho.
Yeah, that's a little bit different.
I have
when
boats
you're
in my
it.
walls.
I did almost die in a boat today because I was going down your ice road and apparently you're working on it and you had one block right beside it and I got under and started suffocating in a block.
Skill issue.
You were trying to kill me, I think.
No, you just don't. If you see there's blocks missing on the wall, just go against the other wall that was full.
I'm not that skillful. Fix some villagers not having their skins match their professions. The scattering of experience orbs released while fishing has been reduced. It's not fixed.
It's not fixed.
But it's better. It is better. I
Yeah.
did notice this. And the same thing in the Trident Killer. It's not scattering as
still
much
could
in there.
Fix it, but it's moding.
And the reason for in the Trident Killer is this next one, experience orbs no longer collide with mobs. So basically they go right through the mob. Zoglins can no longer spawn in peaceful difficulty and will despawn if the difficulty is switched to peaceful. Now, this is a big thing because a lot of people use peaceful mode to move them and put them in different places. So now you can't do that because they'll just despawn. Bees no longer take damage when moving through sweet berry bushes. Anytime they can save the bees, I like that. Wolves can now spawn on both snow and top snow within grove biomes. And some changes to blocks here. There's quite a bit here. Container blocks triggered with redstone, so like hopper dispenser, can now be interacted with consistently when powered by a fast redstone clock. Frosted ice blocks no longer leave water in the world when mined with a silk touch tool. So this is interesting. When you pick up the ice block, you don't actually get it. So do you ever use Frostwalker? That's what this is talking about.
Yeah, I never use Frostwalker.
When you do that, it turns the water to ice. This could be a way to clear out the top layer of water, by the way, because now if you use that, it just disappears the water.
It's hard to do because by the time you break the blocks, that's not a good, because it takes longer to break Frostwalker placed ice.
But before when you did it, left water there for you, and now the water will just be gone in that spot.
Yeah, but it's not an efficient way to remove water.
No, probably not. I'm just thinking in my head something else that could be effective. I'm thinking you could use this in different
It takes
ways.
forever to break frostwalker ice.
Okay. Turtle egg, frog spawn, coral, and coral fan no longer spawn double the particles when mined. Beehive and bee nest can no longer be silk touched by an enchanted book with silk touch. Destroying a bed through the bottom block now properly clears the spawn point. I wish I knew this before. I could have broke the bed from underneath and still had my spawn point set.
Wait,
Eh,
what? Oh, yeah, it's a bug, but now
but
it's not.
now it's not in the game. I missed out on that one. Ice, packed ice, frosted ice, and top snow now send vibrations when mined. Pistons pushing, pulling, or destroying blocks no longer risk teleporting surrounding players towards the world's origin.
Don't you love this game?
Yeah, there's all kinds of weird stuff like that. Villagers who were mistakenly assigned to the same bed or workstation as others will now actively seek out a new bed or workstation. Have you ever seen this? Like villagers would stack up in one bed
They're
occasionally.
goofy. Villagers are always goofy.
Yeah, but they got that fixed, so that's good. Pufferfish no longer inflate and deflate repeatedly when a player is at a specific distance from them. So basically, you were right far enough where it couldn't decide if it should be inflated or deflated. Kept going back and forth, and now it'll be consistent. Mobs that have partial blocks, so trapdoors, slabs, etc., specified as part of their list of blocks to avoid in their navigation component should now avoid them properly. The limitations on which blocks can be placed by dark oak and acacia trees now also apply to their branches, not just their trunks. So, if you knew about it, you could do this, and I think this was a way possibly to get bedrock or delete some blocks, things like
There's
that.
a few Jericho players who were mad.
Now, I
they
will
wanted
tell
bedrock.
you, they did fix it for dark oak and acacia trees, but don't forget the 2x2 jungle trees do have occasional offshoots of limbs coming off.
I don't think it worked the same, though.
It would be very difficult to do that, but I'm just saying they did not fix that one. Top snow placed at generation time now also covers tall grass and flowers. Wither roses now damage mobs every half second instead of every 2 seconds. So they definitely made those kill much faster, which we were playing around with that today after we fought the wither a little bit. Definitely kills you fast.
Yeah.
Containers being cloned no longer keep their container screens open or cause crashes. Fix pixel shading on the double chest and double trap chest lids. All right, that was all the blocks, and now into the items. Fixed issue where eating an apple would not slow down player movement. So you could eat and run, apparently, with an apple. Rename Scoot to Turtle Scoot, because we're going to get the Armadillo Scoot, so they got to get that. And differentiate between the two. Players can now consume suspicious stew even when their hunger bar is full. Banner items of identical colors now consistently stacked together, whether or not they have previously been placed in the world as blocks. So I like this. Easier to stack the banners and everything. I like this a lot, especially when we start doing banners with letters on them and you start stacking them up. So that's good. Fixed a bug where the hot bar disappeared when exiting out of the customized touch control screen with a non-touch controller input. Some graphical things, fixed incorrect block lighting after exiting water with the improved input response option enabled. There's quite a bit of user interface stuff. I don't think I'm going to go ahead and read that today.
There's all kinds of fixes and stuff in this.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing I will say, the Nintendo Switch, it has a clear message about the platform only allowing 2 gigs of storage per user account. That's a big deal. They only get 2 gigs because Jericho, by the end of a season, is usually over that just for one world. So be aware of that. And then, of course, there's tons of technical changes. You can see the full changelog. I will have a link in our podcast description somewhere there for you. So make sure if you're really interested in all that stuff we kind of glanced over, check that out. What do you think so far of the update? Like, have you noticed
It seems like
improvements?
they've made more things mess up than improvements.
Yeah, it does seem like a few things have messed up again. Had some weird, not lag, but like you said, the loading time for the
Yeah, it's
dimensions
definitely
and
lag.
stuff.
It's loading time lag.
Yeah, it's something like that. All right. Then on Wednesday, February 7th, 2024, we did get a Java snapshot 24W06A. Of course, they have experimental stuff in there. The additions for that is wind charge, become the breeze. Using a wind charge will fire off a wind charge projectile similar to the breezes. So now you can get this. Isn't this cool? You can throw it. Have you seen this?
I have seen it a little bit. Again, I try to not look into this stuff too much because I want to experience it a lot when it comes out.
Yeah, it is cool. I was not expecting that. A wind charge fired by a player will grant 10% more knockback than a breeze's, but have a much smaller area of impact. The breeze drops between 4 to 6 wind charges when killed, so it's going to be kind of hard to obtain, I think, because you're not going to get tons of breezes. Players that launch themselves with a wind charge only accumulate fall damage below the Y level of where they collided with the wind burst. And of course, they want your feedback. Join their Discord channel for that. And then you can discuss things there. They're still working on that. So be aware, all that kind of stuff absolutely will change before the actual release. Some other changes here: tweak the texture of vaults to make them easier to distinguish from trial spawners. So that's nice. You can definitely tell the difference. I think the top half was kind of an outline type look to it for the
hmm
vault. So that's nice.
I really like this new vault. And like the vault and just the trial chambers, they seem to be making it very multiplayer friendly. And
Yeah, they did focus on that
as
a
we
lot.
really just played, to be honest, we mostly just play Jericho. We don't play that much in single players, and so having it friendly for multiplayer is really good. And I'm glad to see they're finally learning.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, now on to the stable things in this snapshot. Changes here: armadillos do not panic when damaged, but roll up instead and hide their head and feet. Armadillos peek out to see if the coast is clear before unrolling. I want to see this. I haven't seen it yet. It's got to be a cute animation. I like the armadillos anyways.
Armadillos are so adorable. I'm
So,
glad they won.
yeah, and I like that they're paying attention to little details like that. New animations and sounds for rolling up and unrolling, plus the peek out animation will have a sound. Tamed wolves now have 40 health points, which is like 20 hearts instead of 20 health points or 10 hearts. So your wolves have more health points. I like this. They no longer take half of the damage from most environmental sources like they used to do. So you're getting more health points, but now you're getting the full damage instead of half. So
Hmm.
essentially,
So really, you just need dog armor. Oh
it's the
wait, they
same
added
thing.
dog armor. Look at that.
There you go. Feeding a wolf now heals twice as many health points. So yeah, it's basically just a technical thing there. Is the result is basically the same though. The data pack version is now 31, the resource pack version is now 26. Potion effect amplifiers are restricted between 0 and 255 again. The former behavior of effects such as jump boost, levitation, and mining fatigue over 127 has been replaced with new attributes. All right, some of the problems they have, and they did fix these problems in the snapshot. Snow golem snowballs damage wolves instead of pushing them. Tamed wolf health resets when NBT is loaded, so like a relog. Hoppers with barrel facing downwards on top picking up item. Japanese language uses a Chinese font. Too long macro silently fails. Invulnerable gas can be killed with reflected fireballs. Baby armadillos don't make an eating sound when feeding them spider eyes. Armadillo's scoot drop timer is not saved to data. Armadillos with no AI roll up after being attacked. Shunaji, Dragonfish, and Axolotl no longer play underwater. I'm assuming this is all the same thing. I've never heard those first two things.
I think the first two things are probably tropical fish or something.
Oh, possibly.
Or a
Yep.
type. There's like 14,000, or there's like 1,400 different tropical fish, I think.
That's probably what that is then. Single player client discards synced biome tags. Horse armor and wolf armor disappear when right clicking in the air. Block.volt.fall uses placeholder sounds. And of course, there's many more. And go check out the changelogs if you want that. All right, one more here. And this is just Minecraft Bedrock beta and preview 1.20.70.22.
And it looks like they're adding a lot of the things that they just did in the Java. So it's like the Java snapshot, but for Bedrock.
Exactly. This also came out on Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. Let me just glance over, see if anything is majorly different there.
I think there is some stuff with the vault. It looks almost the same. So it looks like, yeah, they're just adding everything. It's a little bit different wording. So if you're interested in that stuff, then go check out the changelogs in the description of the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. I will go ahead and do the fixes here because usually the fixes are a little different between the two. So again, this is Bedrock and beta here. Bedrock preview and beta. Cave vines without glowberries no longer drop a glowberry when silk touch.
I had no idea those were called cave vines.
There you go.
When they're not glowberried.
All right. Now
That's
you know.
crazy.
Blue and black candle cakes now display and drop the correct type of candle.
Can they fix it that candles don't randomly stop being on fire or lit up? Candles are really buggy.
Are they? I haven't messed with them hardly at all. Fixed a bug that could sometimes prevent the stronghold portal room from being generated. Fixed a crash on Android devices when entering deferred technical preview worlds. Fixed a circular visual artifact that could occur when using the new point light shadows feature in the deferred technical preview. All right, that sums up that. Now, little C, this just reminded me that we also had another issue on Jericho SMP this week. Somebody found the end portal, and we always had it a standing rule that if you find it, you're supposed to tell us and stuff. So anyways, what we ended up doing, they found it, they lit it, they were actually decorating it. They weren't planning on going through it.
They accidentally fell through it.
They did. So
if you play on a server, don't light the portal.
Yeah, don't.
I don't care what server you play on. Wait, unless it's like you're all speedrunning together. But wait until the people, the higher ups, the admins or whatever, inform them that you found the portal, because most servers, if they're like Jericho, they want to do a big community event.
Right. So anyways, so what we ended up doing, now he didn't do anything within the end or anything like that. So we're good. So we decided that we just disabled that. I actually put myself in creative mode for the first time ever in Jericho SMP history, and I disabled the portal.
He didn't give himself anything in creative or anything. So
I didn't abuse it or anything like that. But now we have to find another end portal, which is kind of fun because now it makes it an adventure. And I think most people's eye of enders or whatever they're called that you throw will probably still point to that one. So it's going to be a little more fun to try to find another one. But I'm looking forward to doing that as a community event sometime once we find that. And we made it a little clear. I don't think we were clear on the rules and stuff for that anyway. So it's all good. We made that work.
Now it's time for listener
questions.
Our first question comes from Kangamar. Do you play board games? I own almost 300, including the Minecraft board game, Builders and Biomes. It's a great strategy game, but is quite complex, so it's not for everyone. But I do have the perfect game for you guys to play, and I guarantee that Holy Bookworm will love it too. Actually, your podcast inspired me to buy it. I will let you know next week.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. And I think he actually put this question in a couple weeks ago because we only do usually 2 questions a week. So just be aware of that. So I used to play board games a lot when I was younger. I like Monopoly, Battleship, Sorry, and maybe a couple others in there. Now, I don't like the games like question games like Trivial Pursuit and stuff. I'm not good at those at all. Even the stuff I know, I don't know it when we're playing a game. I do think we own probably about 20 different versions of Monopoly, though. We've got Mario Monopoly, Star Wars Monopoly, the 25th anniversary Monopoly, or whatever it is.
I don't like
all
playing
kinds
any
of
of the
them.
special monopolies. I just like playing the default monopoly when we play it.
Yeah,
The special
me
ones, because then
too.
I don't know all the places.
Yeah, but all of those, right? But even with that, I'm just not that much of a board game guy. I'd rather be playing Minecraft. Now, Holy Bookworm, she loves board games and especially anything Bible trivia related, but that's just because everything you ask her in the Bible, she just pretty much knows. Not everything, but she's really good at that stuff.
I don't really like board games that much. I would rather just play Minecraft or video games in general, or even like online party games. I like playing party games like online with friends and stuff, but board games I'm not a huge fan of. Like there's a game called Rummy Cube, that's okay. Monopoly is fine. And card games like Uno and stuff, those are all right, but I'd rather just play like online games.
Now, when it comes to card games, it might be somewhat regional. I know even in the US, not everybody knows what euchre is, but I actually like playing euchre
I would
as a
much rather.
card game.
There's a lot of card games I'd rather play than board games.
But make sure you let us know what that other game is that you're talking about. I'd love to hear it. Our next question comes from Advisory Labs. Is there a big C?
Maybe someday I'll be Big C. Probably not, though. I'm short.
Well, I'm big and my name actually does start with a C. So maybe I'm Big C and I just keep getting bigger the more donuts I eat.
You're Big BS.
I
Now
am a
that's
big BS. That's for sure. All right. Thank you for those questions. We do appreciate all the questions that come in.
advisory here with the important ones.
That was a great question. They can be Minecraft related or not for listener questions. So make sure you get those in, email us, or join our Discord.
Now, for everyone's favorite part of the show, the reason you're still listening, Holy Bookworms Joke of the Week.
Why did the bird go to the hospital?
To get a tweetment. Boo.
I don't know about that one.
I don't like
Bookworm.
that joke simply because saying tweetment kind of hurt my mouth from the wisdom teeth surgery I had earlier this week, and having to say that kind of hurt.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to give her a laugh on that one or a don't. I don't know. So, little C, before we go here, we're going to work on our YouTube channel.
We're going to be changing it. We're going to probably be having a new YouTube channel for the like shorts and videos and live streams. And then the current YouTube channel will just stay with just the podcast uploads like it is now. But the new one will be higher quality content. We're not just going to be putting random shorts and random stuff. We're going to put a bit more, everything will be connected a bit more and it'll be better, hopefully.
Yeah,
on a
starting
new
fresh,
channel.
basically, as we've learned more about
So it'll
YouTube
probably be the
and-
Block Party Minecraft, and then our current one will be changed to the Block Party Podcast.
Yeah, it should be fun. So I'm hoping we can grow that. We'll let you know once we actually have it up and running.
Pay
and
attention
stuff.
on Discord and everything for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking, like I said, I'm hoping to do maybe tutorials and stuff on there, and maybe you can cut those and make them
Maybe
into
if
shorts.
you get better at doing tutorials first, you got to practice first.
Yeah,
'cause
possibly.
You're very slow.
I'm always slow. I'm a sloth, little C. I am Bearded Sloth after all.
Well, eat some coffee so you can speed up, sloth.
All right. You can help support the show by subscribing to the podcast. Find the link in the description to subscribe. It truly does help us out and is super appreciated. Best of all, though, you'll get access to the after hour show and like our first 49 episodes of the Block Party gives you something. I don't want to do the math, but somewhere between 65 and 70 extra episodes of us.
That's a lot of us.
Yeah, it's a lot more of us. You got to be a subscriber. Only $1.99 a month. What are you doing? Go do that. Help us out. And you can also help us get the word out about the Block Party Podcast by telling everyone about it.
Even your pet warden.
Absolutely. Tell them to visit theblockpartymc.com.
We want to hear from you. We love your comments and questions. You can join our Discord or email us at contact@theblockpartymc.com.
Thank you for being here. We truly do appreciate it. Make sure to tell everyone, I mean everyone, about The Block Party, a Minecraft podcast. I'm Bearded Sloth, and now I gotta eat my coffee.
And I'm Little C. Bye.